Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Roxanne, also known as By Bun, and I'm a mixed media artist, illustrator, and maker of things. I had to think about that for a second. That's never a good sign, but here we are. Today I am bringing you a art supply haul. This is some things that I've purchased over a couple of months, so this just didn't happen overnight. I tend to like to gather up my supplies and put it all together in one video just to kind of share with you some of the things that I've been picking up. And I think one of the real highlights of this particular video is going to be sketchbooks and journals. It seems that I've been really like restocking my book pile lately, so I think that's definitely going to be one of the highlights. I do have some other little art supplies over here, some washi tape, some fun stickers that should be pretty interesting to check out. It goes without saying that obviously you don't need a lot of stuff to make art, right? But this is my job, so these are kind of my tools of the trade here. So just never feel pressured like you need to go buy all of the things, okay? Sometimes it's fun just to scratch that itch by watching a haul on YouTube. There's no pressure at all. I will, of course, put links to as much as I can down below, though, if you're interested in finding any of these things. And anything that might be on Amazon is probably going to be an affiliate link. Okay, that about does it. Let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. I'm gonna work through this little stuff here first so I can make some room, and then we can slowly pile everything back up. I got a lot of big stuff to show you here. First up, I restocked my Stabilo pencils. These are the water-soluble Stabilos. I really like these a lot for art journaling, for sketchbooking. It's just a great way to have kind of like a very crayon, primitive looking sort of line, but that I can just come through with a water brush and fan out that color. It's black, so just basically fan out the black. You can really create some interesting like shadows and backgrounds and whatnot, because these pack a punch, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They're very potent. A little bit goes a long way. And this paired with a water brush in your pencil bag with a sketchbook can be a really good time. So I got a little 2-pack of those. Next up, I had to restock my Copic Nylon Gas and Futa brush pen. Funny enough, one of these actually came in the Art Snacks ink box for this year. If you want to check out an unboxing of that, that is over on my Patreon. But I had bought these, and then literally 2 days later, my ink box arrived and it had one of them in the box. And I was like, gosh darn it. But anywho, that's okay. Now I'm well stocked on my favorite Copic brush pen. I'm a big fan of these, and this is the pen that I'm actually using, as you may have seen in the Occupied Oracle series. This is what I'm using to do all of my black outlining on the white label paper. So it was kind of critical for me to have a backup in case the one that I have becomes a dud or what have you. I just really like these because they're individual nylon bristles that come together to the brush. So it really feels kind of similar to detailing with a paintbrush, which is one of my other favorite ways to kind of do line work and detailing. So this for me is like my pen version of detailing with a paintbrush. And I also get people ask me all the time, how did I learn to detail just using a paintbrush dipped in ink? This was like my training wheels to work up to that. So if that's ever something that one of your goals is to be doing outlining with a paintbrush, this is a really great sort of training pen to work up to that, because you really have to have a steady hand to really have good line variation, and a little bit goes a long way as well. Dante is having a dream behind me. Puppy. Yeah, you're making a lot of noise over there. Sorry, Dante was dreaming. Moving right along, let's get into this little order over here. This was something that I had to pick up from one of my favorite little small shops, No White Space stickers, stationery, and more. There is their contact information. It's all Disney stuff. They recently came out with a series of like Halloween Haunted Mansion stuff, so I couldn't pass that up. I have a Disney journal in the works, which I will talk about that a little bit more in just a moment when we get to these, but I have been stockpiling things. My patrons know this because I've just been putting all this Disney stuff to the side, so I thought this will be my last fun little Disney order here before I finally dive in and put that Disney journal together. And we're also going to Oogie Boogie Bash this year. We have a couple of kind of big upcoming Disney things happening. So I thought, you know what? It's a good time to pick up some of these things. It's a good excuse to get some of it. But I also love the Haunted Mansion, and my son loves Toy Story. So it was like the perfect mashup I picked up a couple of cute stickers. Oogie Boogie, of course. This is at the front of California Adventure. So this was like a no-brainer for me. Since we are going to this event, I had to get the sticker for when I eventually journal it. I had to get these little stickers. So one of the fun things that they decided to do this year was this mashup of Toy Story and the Haunted Mansion in the stretching portraits. So you've got like Woody on the Dynamite. You've got Bo Peep and Rex, the tightrope walker. It's so cute. Buzz with the rose. And then you've got the alien sinking in quicksand. I just thought that was so clever and such a fun, again, mashup of like my favorite things, my personal favorite, and then obviously my son who loves Toy Story. And then they had a little print as well, so I picked that up because I thought it might be cute, either to put into my journal or actually to put on a wall. I think this might be something that actually my son is probably going to steal and want to hang in his room because he too loves the Haunted Mansion. It's actually really cute. He can actually do he reenacts the part of Madame Leota. He like does her voice and knows all the lines and stuff. It's very, very funny. We're a spooky house over here, if you can't tell. The other thing that I picked up was they had a number of different washi tape bundles. So I went ahead and I got the Oogie Boogie Bash bundle. So it's got the California Adventure front gates on it, some little bats with black and white, all of the characters in various little Halloween costumes, which is really cute. We've got the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay on this one, with the wreath and Oogie Boogie and the wheel. And then this one is a Cars Land washi tape, which is also really, really cute. They do a big Halloween decoration. I want to say it's an overlay, but I guess it's kind of like an overlay, but they really go in on the Halloween decorations in Cars Land, and it's really, really cute. So had to pick that up as well. Okay, let me get into a couple of the other little random things here before we get into the sketchbooks. Something that I decided to pick up, this was just something that was sitting in my wish list on Amazon for quite some time, and it's these really great image archive books, and there's a whole series of these, and basically it's so that artists can use it as references. And when I say that there's a series of them, there really is like a bunch. There's a floral one that I really want to get that's the same, made by the same publisher. I think there's a couple more of these that I want to get, and I just kind of picked it up because the price went down on Amazon. And I remember it being pretty affordable, if I can remember. Again, I'll put a link down below. But I just really liked that it had these archive images that you could use as reference material. And, I love a good skull, spooky image and whatnot. I thought this might be fun just to draw inspiration from or reference for, just sketchbooking, or even when I start to focus in on the tarot card project, doing a bit more of that as I roll into next year. As I've said probably in previous videos, look at this big head. Oh my gosh. As I've said in previous videos, I really want 2024 to be the year of the tarot. I'm really going to hunker down and work on that tarot project. So yeah, this is what this is. Vault editions. I guess it comes with a digital download as well, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's got a whole bunch of old stuff that you can reference. They're copyright-free images. And then again, each book has different subject matter and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to using this, and it's nice that it's paperback. It's nice and thin. It's not going to take up a lot of space because I'm not a person who really buys a lot of books. So I think this will be handy to just kind of like, pick up and use and reference if I need it. So I'm excited about that. I want to get the floral one. There's like it's like botanical. Maybe it's botanical one. I can't remember what it's actually called, but I'd like to get my paws on a few more of those. Okay, one more little item here before we start getting into sketchbooks. Oh, as I crinkle my background. I picked this up from Joanns this year. They are the little faux book storage boxes. This was their Halloween ones for this year. Halloween is always like the most dangerous time of year for me. It's when I usually end up buying the most stuff because it's when I buy like my home decor, stuff for my studio, stuff that I'm using year round. So it's just like September, October is a dangerous time of year. But I really liked these boxes. I thought that they were really cute. Spooky, but also feeling like a little bit neutral. They're not like in your face Halloween. I haven't found a purpose for this little guy quite yet, but I'm sure I will as I continue to just jam-pack my studio with all of the things. So we got this one, Beware of Giant Spiders, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I loved the moth on the front of it and the big spider, super cute. And then I went ahead and got this big guy as well. They look really good stacked up together, and I actually have a little nook in my studio where they fit like perfectly upright, which is also kind of nice because I can put stuff in it and then turn it upright and put it, you know, on my shelf. So it really does make for nice storage where I can stack things on top of it, turn it sideways, and not really worried about things getting squished. I've been using this box as sort of my planner journal box, and it serves a couple of different functions. Number one is that this is where I put all of my like things that I want to save. So like tags, trash, you know, brochures from things like we went to the aquarium. So I saved this for when I go to journal it. And then I have one of my Hobonichis. This is from earlier, the first half of the year in here. And I have some tape and some glue and whatnot. So that basically if I'm in the mood to sit down and planner journal, I can just grab this box and go ahead and work on it. And I can cut things out and tape things in. And the thing about it is that not only is it great storage, but it's really handy for just taking this and carrying it upstairs. Because sometimes I like to do my planner journaling when I'm in bed and I can just sit there and like casually cut out a few things and glue things down like before I fall asleep at night. It's like very mindless and relaxing. So it's nice that I have everything that I need right here. You know, I'll chuck in maybe my current Hobonichi that I have off to the side and maybe a pair of scissors, and I've got everything in my box and I can just lug it upstairs and it's good to go. Or even just if I want to take it to the couch or wherever, it just makes it really nice and portable. So that's been a really handy trick. Goes without saying, obviously they are super cute and adds to all of my spooky art studio decor. All right, sketchbooks and journals. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about some Moleskines that I have purchased. You may have watched the mixed media sketchbook art journal flip. If not, I will put a link down below to that. But I filled up my last sort of mixed media Moleskine and I needed to get a new one. So I got a new one in the same size. I ordered these off Amazon. These used to be called the Moleskine Art Pluses. They're not called that anymore. Now they're just like Moleskine Art Series, I think, or Art Portfolio Series. I think it's just Art Series. I don't know. It used to be the Art Plus, but it's the thicker, sort of smooth mixed media paper, which is really great for collaging, making art journal spreads and whatnot. These are my go-to sort of blank journals for my mixed media art journaling. So it was an easy pick. I wanted to refill basically the last one that I had. I always have one of these kind of on hand, which is really great. And then I went ahead and I got a larger sized one just to kind of mix things up. I've been using my off-camera crinkle Moleskine, which is like just the regular sort of plain notebook paper. It's not really a sketchbook. It's more of like a notebook. It's the Moleskine notebooks. But I got it in the same size and I've been enjoying just having more space to work with. So I went ahead and got one of the art series in the same sort of larger size, and I'm having a ball. So much so I haven't even cracked into this one. I've been just so focused on this one, you know, doodling and doing some mixed media stuff as well, just getting kind of messy and just having a lot of fun with it. So definitely recommend as just a blank, you know, mixed media sketchbook that can handle a lot of stuff, gluing things down, wet media, paint, all that jazz. So yeah, I'm enjoying working in this one, and it's kind of been my go-to lately. I've been taking it with me to drawing club and kind of the first thing that I grab when I go to sit down and do any kind of sketchbook work. All right, up next we have two little golden book journals. This is from Art Journaling the Magic, which I would have never discovered had it not been from JLB Creative. So shout out to James for always showing off his golden book journals, as well as just giving his shout outs to Art Journaling the Magic. They do these handmade golden book journals. And for a year now, I've had my own golden books with the paper sitting in a box, telling myself I'm gonna make my own journal. I'm gonna put it together, make a golden book journal for my Disney stuff, to just kind of have like a Disney junk journal, you know, of stuff that I've saved from the parks, photographs of from like our trips and our stays and whatnot, because it's like I have all this Disney stuff and it was it was taking over my planner journal, which is not a bad thing, but I really just wanted to have a dedicated space for it. And after a year of just collecting things in the box and never actually sitting down to make the journals, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go buy one. Let me just go buy one, because then it's in my hands and I can just start journaling right away, because my box is literally exploding. It especially sealed the deal for me when I saw that they were doing a pre-order for the Disney Haunted Mansion, which this is the exact golden book that I had put aside to save, or to basically make my own golden book journal out of. So it was kind of like a sign. It was a sign. Just let me pre-order it and get it. And while I was there, they had a ready to ship Jungle Cruise book as well. I just really love the queue of the Jungle Cruise a lot, and like Jungle Cruise aesthetic. So it is like, it's probably one of my top 10 rides at the park maybe, but I just love the aesthetic of it a lot. So I thought that it would be a fun kind of backup journal as well. I just have so much stuff at this point. But yeah, I went ahead and ordered that, and I love that it was wrapped up really cutely in tissue paper with like little notes and stuff. But I love that they also give you the pages from the original book, just kind of loosely inside. So you've got the paper inside, which is really great, but you've got also the original book pages, which I was very happy to see, just because I might want to use some of that as well, you know? Wow, it is really very snugly made, holy moly. But I'm looking forward to kind of breaking this in and starting to finally journal all of my Disney stuff. They also sent this along with it, which I think was just some postcards and stuff. So I thought that was really, really nice. So there they are, Art Journaling the Magic. I've never done any of the classes or anything like that, and I don't really anticipate that I will. But I like the books a lot. I like the journals. So I'm excited to finally like make this a reality and stop putting it off for as long as I have. I'm totally going to journal with this. Oh my gosh. I do plan on filming my Disney journaling experience, or my Disney junk journal is probably what it's really going to be called. But I'll be doing that over on Patreon, just because the photos and stuff in there that I put in there does have my kiddo in it, and I don't want that stuff on YouTube. So more to come on that on Patreon. Okay, last and certainly not least is my order from Sketchbook Co. Sketchbook Co. is, it is a challenge getting some of these handmade little sketchbooks. It sells out so fast. I have ordered ephemera from them in the past. There might be an unboxing here on YouTube. It might also be on Patreon. I don't remember where I filmed it. But they were doing a series of these little tarot notebooks, or these tarot sketchbooks rather, and you could get them with either hot pressed or cold pressed paper. And I set an alarm, literally like stalked my clock, stalked the website, refreshed, was able to order it. But I mean, literally, this was not even my first choice of little tarot sketchbooks that I wanted. I had 2 others in my cart, or even like 3 different ones, because they kept selling out. I couldn't check out fast enough to get this guy. So just word of warning, if you ever want to buy something from them, you really have to just keep an eye on their Instagram, set reminders of when they do launch days of their sketchbooks, because it sells out so fast. This was the one that I managed to grab, and that was what I went for. Again, not my first pick, but still really cool nonetheless. Wrapped up with a little piece of leather, and then it's got the little signatures on the inside. I'm excited about this one just because I have found myself more recently, I carry a little sketchbook around with me. It is currently my secret sketchbook. Let's see. It's a secret sketchbook, but I will just give you this little snippet. No one has actually seen the inside of this guy, but this little book I've been carrying around with me since the start of the year, and I'm really making a decent dent in it. But I enjoy having a little book with me so much that I wanted to get another one, just to either, and this is even smaller than that one, which is even better, to just have at the bottom of my backpack, or just be able to have it on the go. I just find myself really liking having like a go sketchbook bag. They also have these little pocket sketchbooks as well with different covers. They have different designs on them. And I liked these as well. Really nice paper on the inside. Again, just a fun little handmade book that I can kind of just chuck into my bag, carry around with me. And I love the spooky little skeleton cover on there. This came with my order, a bunch of little like ephemera bits, which is really cool. And here is their information as well. Sketchbook Co. shop if you want to go check them out. So there it is, guys, a little haul of sort of my recent art supply purchases from the last couple of months. Again, certainly journals and sketchbooks being the highlight here. But, you know, I'm making a lot of art. I'm filling up a lot of stuff, so I need to replace things as I finish them up. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I will put links in the description box below. And of course, if you have any additional questions for me, you can also leave those in the comments. I will chat with you guys down there. Of course, if you are looking for more content or looking to support the channel, you can always check out my Patreon. And beyond that, I think that about does it. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. It always helps the channel, helps the video. Thank you so much. And subscribe if you are new here for a new video every week. I put one out just about every week. I've been doing a really good job this year. Anywho, that about does it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.